1-2-1-2-1-2-1-2. What's the podcast? We are back. Episode is it 236? Is that the proper number?
I think that's where we are. Yeah, 236.
Okay, 236, aka Centurion Lounge.
Oh,
okay,
shit.
Centurion Lounge.
Okay, all right.
DJ Jerome Baker III. I am here, ready to rock. Shout out to my guy, all is available. #Streetwear Eddie and Abdul.
Oh, right on time. Streetwear Eddie jumps in.
Right on the road.
There we go.
Fresh from robbing a bank. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Give me the loop. Give me the loop.
Do remember to check out What's a Podcast everywhere you hear your podcasts, on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts and YouTube.com/What's a Podcast 8716. I will let you guys know, both the public and the team members, that I figured out the plan for how we're going to break down our entry to Patreon, how we're still going to keep our YouTube channel alive.
Okay.
That's for next week's episode. Next week's episode will be the last episode of the year.
All right. We're taking a little break.
Just a week. You know what I'm saying? Just a week, just to let the people know, like, you know, we have things to do. I'll be on the road for the holidays.
True.
You going back to Arizona?
We'll be back in the Mecca. Yes, for sure.
Are you going to be here on the 28th or no?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
All right, I'm having a birthday party.
Oh, nice. Where's that going to go? You know what? We're not even going to talk about it.
Me and Taz, we're doing it Thursday night.
You're doing the same thing you used to do back in the day.
Yeah. So
I'm going to be late, but I'll be there.
Okay. We'll talk about it more this week.
We'll talk about it later.
And next week as well, if we don't get to it this week.
All right, cool. Like we said, man, What's a Podcast? Shout out to, again, the incredible listenership. Viewership has just been really consistent. You know, we appreciate it, man. People shouting us out in public. People offering their very, very, very strong, very, very strong opinions.
We get love around the world, bro.
That's a fact.
Different cities.
The Nas and Jay.
That you heard motherfuckers, including your own family member.
My brother.
Your brother.
Chimed in, gave us a beautiful opinion on things.
Yeah.
Brought back some of your past highlights, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know Abdul was wearing a button up with a Yankees fitted in 2003. Like,
there's definitely pictures of him at Dream with a button up, like a Yankee fitted.
You'll never find a picture.
He's like, "Oh, I've never." All right, cool. Nobody's gonna argue with it. Like, it's cool. That's what you say. No worries.
Never happened.
No, that happened. That happened. I witnessed it firsthand with my own eyes.
Never.
You never wore a button up with jeans and Air Force Ones and a Yankee fitted.
Never.
Maybe a Baltimore fitted.
No, I never even wore a button up.
You've never worn a button up?
No, I never did. We can have
short sleeve button up.
Yes. Okay. I've definitely worn short sleeve. I think I still wear short. I just wore short sleeve button up.
But
it has to be like buttoned up with pants and jeans and a hat in the club. It can't be open with a t-shirt and shorts on. Like
I definitely have had it buttoned up. I've had.
But no, I'm saying most recently it wasn't buttoned up. But
even before, I've had it buttoned up too, though. Yeah. I have done it buttoned up, but never a long sleeve button up. I don't think I've ever owned one. If I have, it's gone. It's the one that goes with like suits.
Yeah, it's in the closet hanging up with the suits.
Yeah,
bro, you own like a CDG button up now,
right? But I don't button it up. I own a few of those. You're right.
Long sleeve.
Long sleeve joints.
Long sleeves, yeah. He killed.
Yeah, but I feel like what Jay's talking about, he's talking about like your standard, like Oxford, supposed to be tucked in.
No, Oxford. Nah, Jay was never the Oxford type. That's like Jay Cruz tees.
He definitely probably had a purple label Oxford dog.
Yeah, purple label though.
Believe that.
Because the reason why Abdul had purple label, because like he didn't buy it, like somebody got it from heavily discounted. So he's like, yeah.
Abdul knows somebody that worked at Macy's and Nordstrom.
Exactly.
Quiet on that.
Cricket.
Yeah. Anyhow, you remember again, man, the listenership and the podcast, the comments, the Jay versus Nas comments was great, and just people listening across the board. Amazing.
I went back and listened to the Blueprint. It's a good album, but I don't think it's one of the better Jay albums.
Oh yeah, I listened to the episode today, and you were like, "Yo, the Blueprint's okay," and I was like,
"It is," but for a Jay album, I don't know. I don't know. I like the Black album so much better.
That's right.
So much better. No, it's
Blueprint
okay.
is one of the best albums.
That's one of the best rap albums ever, bro.
Yeah. Blueprint.
I mean, I guess music's subjective,
Volume 3 for me for whole
Volume 3 is fire.
Dynasty is fire.
Volume 3, Dynasty, they're not better than the Blueprint. Like,
that's subjective, dog.
It is
cool.
subjective.
That's
100%.
cool. That's cool.
Right. And I respect your stand on it because it's a good album, but to me it's not. Yeah.
I'm not here to argue you down. You know,
I get it.
Yeah. It also depends on like what you were doing when it came out and what how you was living when it came out, and where you were, like that's how I judge like albums where I'm just like, I knew where I was at.
I mean, Blueprint was September 11th, 2001, so that's
not a good look.
We were mourning.
Not a good look.
That's what we were doing.
I was going to school, so you know what I'm saying. Like,
well, we all had a temporary moment of mourning.
I was waking up from the club.
That's true.
But what we will do rather quickly is just kind of get into, the happenings of this past weekend, because if you followed our Instagram story, if you have hashtag the list saved in your Instagram, you can do stuff like that now.
Wait, what can he do?
You can save hashtags.
Oh, hashtags that you're going to use.
No, like hashtags you want to search, they'll come up in your feed or something, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do some amazing things with Instagram now.
Okay. So if you have the list saved, you probably got bombarded.
Go crazy.
OD.
You know what I'm saying? So our guy Don't Charge Abdul with many other with the entire list crew.
Yeah.
Even the I don't even know
the honorary member.
Yeah, I was gonna call him I don't know what I was gonna say, but yeah, even that guy was there with him.
The pinch hitter
took to SoleDXB in Dubai. They took it over, and at this point, Abdul's gonna explain to us the whole function.
Man, SoleDXB was a vibe, bro. I don't even know where to start. I got there on
how long is the flight to Dubai?
12 hours.
And you sit in regular seat?
I sat regular like a motherfucker.
Okay.
28 on the window.
That's a window though.
It is a window. So what I did was, I did pay. It was preferred seating. But
what does that mean?
I don't know. I'm flying Emirates. I've never flown Emirates.
So the preferred is just like you're closer, where there's a little bit more leg room.
Maybe.
So like, because if you're basic, you're kind of like 50 in back, right? Preferred is like not business class. It's definitely not like baller class, but it's still like
it wasn't baller.
But it's still like you can stretch your feet out. There's a little bit more room, stuff like that.
It had, I guess that means that it had a little bit more room than your basic economy, but it was also not as expensive as an exit row. You see what I'm saying?
They charge more for exit rows?
Hell yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exit row, you don't have any.
I never look at the exit row, man, because they don't lean back.
They do now. Come on.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay. I just never been. I haven't flown in the exit row.
Talking about Pan Am 1980. Them joints.
I never flown in one, yo.
Emirates 2000.
Emirates is different. Yeah, Emirates is different.
Flies, my brother.
Yeah.
Nah. So what I did was I knew. When you're going on a trip, you're always excited to be somewhere, right? I was like, yo, I can thug it out. I could thug it out in economy to get there.
Yeah, because
coming back, I paid a little bit more and I got secured the exit row. Because I was like, yo, I'm going to be completely knocked out coming back.
Yeah.
And I think that was a wise decision on my part, because coming back, that's exactly what happened. Coming back is a 14-hour flight, by the way. Going is 12, coming back is 14 and a half.
So you eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner on the plane?
Oh, they gave me 3 meals and 2 snacks. 2 meals and 3 snacks. I'm sorry. But I got there Thursday morning, walked out of the plane, and homie was standing there with my name on a screen. And
did you set that up, or you went out there for the event set it up for you?
DJ Clark Kent set it up.
Okay, well there it is. There it is.
Like the event did it, but it was because of Clark.
Yeah, but either way, I had
somebody pick me up right from the gate, passed me through immigration, like didn't wait in line or nothing like that.
Wow. Oh, he was at the gate.
He was at the gate, bro.
Oh, damn. Because most of the time it's like,
this is a VIP service. They meet you right as soon as you walk off the plane.
Damn. How many people have that service out there? Because people getting off the plane. Like,
it was just me. It was only one guy there with just one screen with my name on it. That was
crazy.
But the big flex is going through immigration because this is Dubai airport, dog. This plane's coming in from all around the world at that same time because everybody tries to land at Dubai in the morning so that you can have your day in Dubai.
So you're flying overnight.
Right. You fly overnight from anywhere in the world. So everybody wants to get there around the same time, whether it means you leave at 6 p.m. in your country or you leave at 4 a.m. You still want to get there like 8 a.m. ish, right?
Right.
So that immigration line is not looking good, dog.
Crazy.
But yeah, you walk right to the front, get you out of there. The unfortunate thing was I did have to check my bag at the gate when leaving Dulles.
You were freaking out.
I did freak out a little bit, but the only thing that kept me sane was it's Dubai. Like, it's one of the safest places, and they don't even steal. You can leave your shit outside, and they're still not going to take it.
Yeah, but I think you're more worried about the people at Dulles stealing your shit.
Yeah, but I was already right at the gate when I had to give up the bag, right? So all they had to do was just take it downstairs and load it on the plane. But anyway, I have the lock on it, and I did lock it up. I took all sneakers out of the bag. So if they did take something, it was going to be my clothes. But so then I got through immigration, grabbed my bag. They had a car waiting for me, took me to the airport. Took me to the hotel. Early check-in was already established. Like, I got my room, and then it was time to start my day, man. My boy Magdi, who's the fourth guy from the list, who's from the UK. He's a London-based dude. He had just gotten there as well. So we linked
up. Are all you guys staying at the same hotel?
He was staying at the hotel across the street.
Okay.
I was staying in the same hotel with everybody who was there for SoleDXB, Clark, and my man All Day. Billion Dollar Lex was in there. And everybody else who was the entertainers that were there to rap. Jadakiss was staying there. Busta Rhymes. I saw Busta Rhymes walking around in the lobby with just his socks on Sunday morning. On Sunday morning. So yeah, it was a nice hotel, and so him and I, we got out, started moving around a little bit. Pata, the sneaker store from Amsterdam, they had a academy set up where they were teaching some local kids about just the business of the industry and things like that. So we stopped by that academy and listened to some of the kids speak and some of their presentations, and saw my man Edson, who was there. The first day I was honestly just trying to power through, just get through the day because I didn't want to sleep. Yeah. I couldn't sleep on that flight going out, but I was like, yo, let me just sleep at night.
You didn't sleep at all?
I slept for like an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep.
That's brutal, man.
Yeah, so the whole point was, just stay up, stay active, and then just sleep at night so you can be recharged and get a good night's sleep.
You wear a mask on the flight?
I did. I wore a mask on the flight.
Wow. Okay.
I took it off when I was eating, but that was it. But I went to this club called Honeycomb Hi-Fi. That's in one of the hotels. And as we're walking in, I'm like, oh, this place is called Hi-Fi. Oh, they're probably, there's a place Rich Medina owns in Miami called Dante's Hi-Fi. Oh, wonder what that's all about, right? Hi-Fi. I don't know. Walked in, Rome. It's a complete replica of Dante's Hi-Fi. Dog, when I tell you the DJ is behind the bar, the whole setup of Dante's Hi-Fi with the wooden panels and records and all that.
Same shit.
Exactly the same thing.
Not the same owner.
I don't know, but either way,
I don't know. Is it?
I don't think there's. I don't know. I don't think there's the same owner.
I don't think it's the same owner. This is just one of those things that Dubai does. That when they see something in the Western world, they're like, "We're just gonna take it.
We're gonna do the same thing. Yeah,
we're gonna do exactly the same thing."
This is crazy.
It's just so. You get Dubai'd. Like they take something and then they Dubai it. Like, yo, it looks just like that, but it is fly though. The crowd in there was dope, and it's exactly like Dante's Hi-Fi, bro.
Wow.
So, but we hung out there for a while, man. It was a nice vibe in there, and who I saw in there was, y'all know the comedian Russell Peters?
Yeah.
He was in there.
He's a big vinyl DJ guy.
Yeah, he seems like he's a big music guy.
This day, he's still like a big vinyl DJ guy. Yeah, for sure.
So he was in there. And then the next day, Friday, was the first day of SoleDXB.
Was that like in conjunction with 50 years of hip hop also? Is that like
50 years of hip hop and Def Jam and I think there was some of the sponsors of SoleDXB.
Okay.
So I think that's how some of these artists that came out to perform came with the sponsorship of Def Jam and whoever, Mass Appeal and all these people, right? And who was on the bill, man? They had some good acts though, actually. But the names that we all know, of course, are they had Joey Badass, Lupe Fiasco, Clark Kent, of course, Busta Rhymes, Jada Kiss, Toby. I don't want to say his last name. You know what I'm talking about? The cat from Houston, Toby
Nguwe or something like that. Yeah.
Him and I think that was it, man. And did I say Jada Kiss already?
Yeah,
of course, I think so. Oh, and Ghostface Killer, of course. Yeah, Ghostface. So they had some heavy hitters out there.
And all of them are staying in the same hotel as you.
Everybody's staying in the same hotel. We're all staying at the same hotel. So Friday was the first day, and man, it was a nice vibe, and they ended up linking up with a cat that listens to the podcast. Shout out to Mubarak, and he came in from Abu Dhabi and showed love, and really nice people, man. Everybody in there was showing a lot of love.
Was that your first time meeting him?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's dope.
That's amazing.
I mean, and man, it was all around. It was a vibe. Friday night they had an after party that was in this area, and the after parties were always dope. They were it was in the site where SoleDXB is, but they kick everybody out unless you're invited to this party. And in this one area, they have DJs, and they have, it just goes on. It becomes a club all night long. And that was the party Clark was playing at on Saturday night, which is the big night. I don't remember who. Nothing. Oh, so Friday night we go to that party. It's over at 3:00. And I'm like, yo, I'm busted. I'm ready to go to the hotel. All day, and Lex now we're going to the next spot.
They got there the same time you got there?
They got there on Friday morning.
Okay. So they rested.
Yeah. No, actually, they're not rested. They're
just going for it.
I don't know how much they slept on the plane, but they were ready to go.
Yeah.
So the three of us end up going to this club called The Nice Guy, which apparently is also a club in LA.
Yep.
And it's the font is apparently the same, but I don't know if they actually have a connection to that club in LA, bro.
They have
This is what I'm saying. They don't have to, Eddie. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
They
you
can just
get lied out there.
Bootleg your shit, and that's it.
That's it. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, you don't have enough money to sue them.
What are you gonna do if they decide to bootleg your shit? Use the same exact font and your name
and the layout. Yeah, you can't do nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So we go.
It might help you.
Maybe
it might help your business.
So the car service that's taken us from
The hotel.
From SoleDXB back to the hotel. It's like 3:00 in the morning, and these guys are like, "Yo, where should we go?" And they're like,
"Side note, they are connected."
Oh, they are. All right. Yeah. But my point was, they don't have to be connected. Right. Like it could, if they decided that we just gonna do it, they're gonna do it, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. So we're about to figure out where we want to go at night, and one of the coordinators is like, "Oh, Ghostface and Jada went to the Nice Guy. We'll have the truck drop you guys off over there." We're like, "All right." So we get there and we get out the truck. We got all shorts and t-shirts.
But you're like teamed up with like the event. So like you're not that you're looked at the same as like Ghostface and Jada, but like wherever they're at, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna take you where they are." You're with that same entourage.
Not loosely. No. I'm associated with Clark Kent.
That's like, what I mean, like Clark, Jada, like you're with the talent.
Sure. They're thinking of us like the talent. Yeah. They think of us as the guys that are with the talent.
Yeah, they don't know who the fuck you are, but you're with them.
Well, they kind of do. They just know we're homies, right? But they show us a lot of love.
Hell yeah.
So we get to the club, like we get out the truck and pull up, and there's people waiting to get in and whatnot. I walk up to the front. I'm like, "Yo, we were kissing Ghost." They're like, "Oh yeah, of course." Like, open up the gate and just walk us in, right? So of course we just walk in, act like we belong, and just go inside the club. And but yeah, I think one of my favorite moments of that night was hanging at the bar with Kiss, me all day, and Jada, just talking shit at the bar. And they start playing Jada Kiss's son's song. You know what I'm saying? And as we're talking, he's like, "Oh, yo, they're playing my son's shit." And it was just, everybody just got quiet and just listened to it and just watched as the crowd reacted to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I could tell that was like a real moment for him. Like it was his first time in Dubai, and obviously his son's first time in Dubai. And
his son was there.
Yeah, he brought his son with him.
Was his son at the club when they played his song?
Yeah, the son was
wow.
Yeah. And you know, for them to like hear that your joint be played 6,500 miles away from home, it's got to be a good feeling. So so that was dope, man. But we ended up hanging out there, didn't get home till really late. Saturday kind of did the same thing again and went back to SoleDXB in the evening, in the afternoon, and hung out.
What is SoleDXB? Like a sneaker convention?
It's like a little, it's not a sneaker thing anymore. I think it started out as somewhat of a sneaker thing. And while they still have like sneaker vendors and all that stuff in there, it's become more like a
lifestyle.
It's like a complex con, actually. They have different brands who have activation set up, but it's all outdoor. It's in this beautiful part of Dubai and called the Design District. But it's all outdoor. They have a huge stage set up where they have the acts that do all the concerts and stuff. But yeah, you walk around, they have food, and as well as all these different brands have their activations and things set up. Then they have another area where they do speeches, and you can go hear Nigel Sylvester talk about his journey, and you know what I'm saying? Like, they got all of that. So it's very much like a complex con, to be honest.
Yeah.
But in the desert. But then Saturday night, Clark was supposed to DJ. Jada Kiss performed in the big stage, killed it. It started out with Yasin Bey. Mos Def went up there, and Mos Def was there as well. And Mos Def started performing. He's performing and just doesn't stop. It's like almost 2:00 in the morning now. He's still going on.
Still going.
He's chanting, and you know what I'm saying? He's not doing like Miss Fat Booty. He's doing like Andre 3000 type of joints. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's just like that.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Like, fam, like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah,
You're killing the vibe of this party.
I'm out, yeah.
Right? And finally, I think they get him off somehow. Like, he would not stop. He was just and just doing like wild shit. Very, most deafish, very Yasin Bey-ish. Like if there's, you can expect Yasin Bey and Andre 3000 to be on a flute somewhere together. This is what they would be doing, right? So finally, they get off, and Clark gets on and starts DJing, and oh, he's bringing it back. Oh yeah, now the party's coming back, and somewhere in there, I think Busta Rhymes caught it. He caught the vibe because he was in the crowd, and he came up on stage and grabbed the mic and just started talking, and he's like bigging up Clark, and so I'm standing on the side next to Lupe Fiasco, and he starts rapping, starts doing, I forgot what song he was doing, but next thing you know, Lupe has a mic. And they just start going back and forth, and Clark is hitting them with their joints, and they're both like, Lupe is very much like, if Spliff Star couldn't make a show, like let's say he was like, yo, I don't feel like it this week.
Lupe could fill in.
Yo, Lupe could so easily fill in for Spliff Star. You know how tough of a job that is?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not an easy feat. But Lupe's tight. His performance is slept on. His level of performance, his stage presence is slept on. But it was just such a vibe in there, bro. Like, they stopped the show and started singing words of praise to Clark, and it was just very, very nice, man. They gave him his flowers and talked about how special he is to them and what he's done for hip hop and for the culture and rap music and the sneaker world, all of these things. Like, they're just bigging him up, and that was special. So yeah, we didn't end up leaving that joint till like almost 5 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, we had made an appointment to get a car service to take us to Abu Dhabi to go see the mosque Sunday morning at 11. And, we were going to go. Jada and his crew were like, yo, we want to go to the mosque too. So there was supposed to be cars picking us up to take Kiss and his son and the 4 people that are with him, as well as 4 of us going. Clark was like, yo, I've already been to the mosque 4 times already. He's like, I'm going to skip on it. I was like, yeah, of course. He's already been there like 4 or 5 times already on past visits. So, because it was really, we were going to rush out there, check out the mosque, and then come right back and hit up SoleDXB. So get back. I go to bed at like 7, dog. 7 in the morning. I set my alarm for 9 o'clock.
Oh my God.
Right?
What's the point at that point?
Well, I don't know, but I gotta try to sleep.
I can't. I don't know if that's better or worse than roughing it.
But this is also this is my last day in Dubai. So I'm like, I gotta wake up and I'm gonna power through it because my flight's at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? The next day.
Yeah.
So 9 o'clock comes up. I don't know how, but I wake up at 9 o'clock. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm up. All right. Wash my face, go downstairs. They have a great breakfast at the hotel, which is part of my room or whatever it is, my comp. Go downstairs, tear down some omelets, get some coffee and all that. I'm hitting up Lex. I'm hitting up all day. I'm hitting up this other cat, Mark, who's with us. I'm like, yo, wake up. Mark's up. Lex is up. Lex is like, yo, all day not budging. He's been faded. Like he was already like he was fucked up from the night before.
Did he want to go to the mosque?
Yes. No, he really wanted to go. He really wanted to go, but he wouldn't budge. 11 o'clock comes around. I'm downstairs. I'm waiting. Kiss's manager comes down. He's like, yo, Ghost is coming with us. I was like, well, do they have a car? He's like, I don't know. I was like, what? So the dude who brought us our cars, like, yo, can you get another truck down here? He was like, yeah, of course. So they got a third car there, and we all ended up going to Abu Dhabi together, minus Jada Kiss and All Day. Jada Kiss couldn't make it up. He couldn't get up, but
his son came?
His son came, and the rest of everybody else came. But what happened was, so the hotels, you only can get off on the floor where your room is, right? The dudes, somehow, they couldn't find a key to get off on. They had a key that would let him onto Kiss's floor, but nobody could find the key. And he wasn't answering the phone. So nobody could actually physically go in his room and be like, yo, wake up.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, the way these guys travel, that's standard protocol. I think everybody has keys to each.
His manager should have had his room.
Yeah. But so we ended up leaving him. But we went out there. Man, this might have been one of the top 5 moments for me was being at that mosque. You really feel like a strong connection just to spirituality. It was dope, man. It was dope. We prayed, and
was everybody Muslim?
No, not everybody was Muslim, but everybody went in there and prayed.
Yeah, of course.
They went in there and
everybody prays in their own way.
Yeah, they did their own form of praying.
Yeah.
But Ghost is Muslim.
Yeah.
Which
is Kiss Muslim?
Kiss is not Muslim, but he's he has a very strong 5% belief.
Okay.
And I think that goes along with everybody in his crew as well as his son, who's a great kid, by the way. Really, really good kid, man. I really, really like his son. He's young too. He's 21, 22 years old, just graduated from Clark Atlanta. So, and he's a rapper and is trying to do music and stuff like that now. So, but really, really good kid. But his manager Hassan is a Muslim, so he had already been to their mosque. So we went on like the whole tour of checking out the mosque and all that. Hassan went straight to the mosque and went to go pray.
Yeah.
When you're praying in Islam, there's a part of the prayer where your forehead touches the ground and you're actually bent over with your forehead touching the ground. And that in that position called the sajda is where you actually pray for yourself or whatever, all like, you pray for your family and you pray for whatever you want to ask God for. Mm-hmm. Like that's one of the times when you're in that position, that's where you do it. I say this, when I looked over and I got done praying and I looked over and Ghost was in that position, in the sajda position.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept on looking. He was the only one left out of all of us that was still praying. 10 minutes later, I looked back over. He was still in that position. He was in the sajda position for damn near an hour. I've never seen anything like it.
Wow.
I've never seen anything like it. Like, it was amazing. I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, really, really special trip. We made it back to Dubai right after that and headed back to SoleDXB and, did the rest of everything else over there and hung out. And, yeah, that was essentially the trip, man, in a quick synopsis. Those were the big highlights. Outside of the 4 of us being together from the list, everybody whose name was on the shoe was together for the first time ever. Me, Clark, All Day, Magdi, and we had a good time, man. We had a good time. How was
That's amazing, man. I mean,
yeah.
I feel like the videos were brotherhood.
Yeah, man.
Lex seemed to be very animated, excited to be over there.
Lex never got us to drop from Buster, like you said. Let me show you how Brooklyn do it. Let me show you how
Big Brooklyn. There's always next year's next year, SoleDXB. Yeah. But it looked good, man. I mean, seeing Lupe just on your stories and
Yo, Lupe, I think.
Did he go to the mosque with you?
No, he didn't. He's Muslim though. I'm sure he's been to that mosque before.
Yeah, he's Muslim for sure.
Lupe might be one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life.
He's a different kind of cat, man.
No, he's different. I was unaware, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't follow him on social media?
I just started.
So over the pandemic, he was like going on live every day and just like reading different historical pieces. He'd read from the Quran, from the Bible. His father used to teach
martial arts.
So he has a big connection to Asia, outside of the clothes and stuff like that. So and on his Twitter, he argued with people all day. Like, he is an intellectual individual.
He has an answer for everything. And all his answers seem correct.
I mean, wasn't he like a professor at MIT?
I think he is a professor.
Still is. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be a smart motherfucker to be a professor.
He literally broke down how you can see light. Like, he's telling us about photons and electrons and how, all this. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't even understand.
And he's right.
He was right.
Right.
I'm like, why do you know this?
Seriously.
Why? Why do you know this?
How?
More importantly, why? Yeah. Why do you know this?
I think he's a smart cat, man. Really well written, really well read cat too. Like, I think he reads a lot of books.
Very, very well read.
And just like, he's a smart dude, but also like Chicago. Like, grew up listening to Spice One, like, so he's a street cat mixed with a book nerd look, and you know what I'm saying. I think people take for granted his ability because of maybe how he looks and maybe what he rapped about for a minute there, but like, he'll go to war with you too.
Nah, he's a verbal assassin.
Yeah, he will win.
Fuck you up.
Right.
I told him I went to his last show at the Kennedy Center, which we all went to. Oh, actually, you and I went, right?
Yeah.
I think we did go. Yeah, Eddie, I don't think you went to that one.
Yeah, Eddie might have skipped that one.
Eddie and I went to Howard Theater.
Yep.
Which is the one I skipped. And I think the Howard Theater is the last one that he had out here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dog, you're due for a trip back to DC. And he was like, yeah, let's see if it can happen. But man, shout out to Lupe Fiasco. Shout out to Jada Kiss. It was dope. It was dope.
It's amazing, man. I mean, if you can make it to SoleDXB, please go do it.
I would love to go back next year.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to make it. I think it was an annual. I think it was a banger. There were many lists. Everybody put your right foot in type. You know what I'm saying? Situations and
I'm not gonna lie. All Day's the only one that did it right. He had the same shoes on. He didn't mix match them.
He didn't mix match him, yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the real thing.
Well, that means he like found the person that had his.
No, that means he got like 6 pairs of each.
Oh, well, listen, I mean,
well, his name is on the shoe, so
I'm not hating on him. I said he did it right. That's how I would do it. I would wear the matching shoe.
There's no crying over spilled milk. There's no crying in baseball.
Yeah.
There's people still getting their pairs, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing. Shout out to everybody that's fortunate enough to get a pair.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, obviously, it's a busy time across the world. Miami Art Week went down this weekend as well.
Art Week? It's not Art Basel?
No, it's Miami Art Week. Basel is a fair at Miami Art Week.
Okay,
word.
Look at that. We learned something new.
Because everybody says we're going down to Basel, but
but
they really going down to Miami Art Week.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, the ones who are going to Basel,
we going out Basel this year.
If you say we going to Basel, then you're going to party. If you say we're going to Art Week,
that's 90% of people that are on Instagram are going to Basel this year.
Shot down to Art Week with my man Pierre of the Japanese craftsmanship text thread. Literally same flight and everything, and you know what I'm saying, American Airlines boys had a nice crib in Alapata.
Oh, you guys rented a crib?
Yeah, Airbnb in Alapata, and Pierre got a whip too.
Alapata?
Just a neighborhood. One of the neighborhood, but it was central. Like if we needed to get to design district, we weren't far. If we needed to get to
Pierre rented a whip.
Yeah, then if we needed to get to the beach, we weren't far. If we needed to get to just various parts of
was it on the other side of the causeway or on the beach side?
It's both. So you have to pick and choose which fairs and which one. Like so, like the smaller.
No, I'm saying where
you were staying at.
We were in Miami, the city.
Oh, okay. So you were already on the design district side.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So I kind of feel like that's the smarter way to do it because you want to have access to Wynwood and all that stuff. And
yes,
because you're not like caught in that traffic on that causeway that crosses over, going from the beach to Wynwood and to that design district area, you're screwed.
Cancel Christmas. Cancel Christmas.
Yeah.
Your best bet is to stay on the Miami side. And really go to the beach fairs early in the day, right? Yeah. So if you want to go to Scope, if you want to go to, there's one more, Untitled, I think. Those are the ones that are actually on the beach, like literally on the beach. Art Basel itself is at the convention center, and then Design Miami is at like a makeshift booth that's across the street from Art Basel. We went to Design Miami, which was really, furniture. Pierre's into that stuff, and you know what I'm saying. Yeah. We've been the past couple years to that particular fair. Really, really good. I think the first day we linked with Chase. He was DJing at this spot. We linked with him at. Then that was Peace, and it was just moving around. We linked with a bunch of the 1942 guys. The whole time it was just moving around. Spencer got it on lockdown there. He DJed his party at Red Rooster on Fridays, which is insane.
Red Rooster is
Marcus Samuelson. You know the guy. He's a chef. I believe he's DC affiliated, but
he had a spot in Harlem too.
He has a spot in Harlem. I used to
be a vibe in there.
I used to play the downstairs at the one in Harlem.
Yeah, downstairs.
So he has a spot in Overtown, like Rose.
Okay.
Oh,
right?
Damn.
Yo, Friday.
You said with Rose?
Nah, I'm saying I just said Overtown. That's where Rose is from.
Oh, okay, that's where Rose is from.
Yo, when I tell you this was mean. That ratio was 25 to 1.
Was it a Basel party or was it a Miami? Was it a Miami Art Week party?
Every Friday party. It was just super turned up because
it was Miami Week.
But it's not turned up it's not turned up like that on a regular Friday.
Nah, it's turned up. It's turned up. It's all the way turned up. But this was like this was
to the max.
Doors at 11 or doors at whenever I get there, and then like I had to leave at 12:15, and I walked outside and I was like, oh my God. And the line to get in plus the bottle line, both long as Christmas. Of course, you see DC. You see a ton of DC cats. A bunch of cats I went to college with out there. They would buy.
I mean, if Jared's DJing, you would get a lot of DC.
You know what I'm saying? We went. It was maybe Thursday night. I don't even remember the night. It was so crazy.
Yeah.
We ended up in some spot 4 a.m. They playing drum and bass, and you walk down this dark. Hallway with these fake candles on the ground that are all knocked over, and then a door to the left opens. You open the door, it's a red light spinning, and it's just drum and bass playing.
Oh man, a lot of drugs happening.
I'm like, Pierre, this is it, dog. I was like, we're here till 7 a.m.
Oh yeah, let's do some coke.
Who was you off the Molly? You was off the Molly or something?
I was like nothing.
For sure.
You were listening to drum and bass till 7 a.m.
Yeah, we had no chance. We had no choice.
What do you mean? Whips and cribs. What do you mean?
Nah, like this is what we're here for. Like this is everybody's in there.
Days.
Everybody's in there for like all the DJs are in there. All the
y'all must have been y'all the only two people that weren't like coked up and mollied out.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Did you meet any girls?
Of course not. No. No.
Bro is the only single dude that goes to Miami and meets no girls
and be like, "Yo, I'm really here to get it. Like, let's talk." You know?
Yeah.
You didn't meet a single girl?
Nah, you had to meet some birds.
Nah.
I'm not saying you bagged it.
Nah, I'm not saying you locked something down, but
I mean,
meet somebody. You went to the party
you got a number or two or something.
You went to the party on the beach, and you went to the late night drum and bass garage party.
They were all
the red light spinning. Didn't you say you went to Basel party on the beach? You said that those parties were on the beach.
I said those fairs were on the beach.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Isn't that a party?
It is.
No, the fairs are like where you go see the actual art.
I'm saying it's like
the Instagram models and they're taking pictures, dog. It's birds everywhere.
I'm
not even saying them. I'm just saying, but it's birds everywhere.
I was able to connect with.
You could have met like an artist joint. You know what I'm saying?
There's birds everywhere, dog.
1942 party. I think you met
birds in there.
Yeah, but it wasn't that kind of situation.
Come on, dog.
You saw who there?
Your man Mick. Mick was down there working.
Oh, true. Okay. Did you go by Rocky's Matcha? Soho House or no? You didn't make it.
Couldn't get in. It's Soho House like that. I was trying to tell you last time. Like, bro, it was so flooded down there this time. Like,
I thought Soho House is not supposed to be flooded like that.
Bro, that's what I was trying to Abdul's like, you got big time. I'm like, no, bro, I'm not trying to get big time on you. Like, I'm telling you, like, but
the cafe was just kind of open to everybody.
No, it was like they made it a special because it was Rocky times Futura.
Yeah.
So it was like this whole thing, Iconoclast, and you're familiar with Iconoclast, right? Like,
no,
yes, you are.
It's Sky's company.
Yeah, so
yes.
So they got all this branding, and there's all this, dude. It was.
But it was completely open to the public.
No.
So how was it so crowded?
You had to get in the Soho House to get to it.
Oh, and they wouldn't let you in if you wanted.
Yeah, they wouldn't let you in.
So everybody in that motherfucker is a member?
Those beachside entrances, like normally they're kind of sweet. Yeah. They weren't sweet at all this time.
Yeah. They probably got wise.
They got very wise. It's the reason why I hit Erica and was like, yo, I gotta get down. Because it was just like, and that was the cool place to be. That's where they gave out those Futura dunks.
Yeah.
And I just was like, ugh. Missed out on that one. And they had
They were just giving them out?
I mean, not to everybody.
But it was like, if you was in the mix.
Tours and stuff like that.
Yeah, but like, so we also went to Community Goods, which was in the Design District. This was the first day we were there. It was tight. We maybe just landed. I said, boom, it's called Design District. Because again, we couldn't get in the Soho House because it was like, there's too many questions asked. I'm sending text messages to everybody around the world trying to get in. So we go to Community Goods, which is this dude, Pedro, who used to DJ with Virgil. And so as we get in there, I'm like, oh, they're setting up. This is the place where the Atiba Jefferson exhibit's going to be.
Yeah.
Right. They're literally still peeling his name off the wall and doing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We walk in there. It's just me, him, and Pierre. And we chopped it up with dude for like an hour, bro. And that was like
the Pedro dude or the Atiba dude?
Atiba.
Oh, okay.
Atiba, which was incredible just to chop it up with him for an hour, just to like, you know, Pierre's like a real photographer. You know,
yeah,
that's part of his creative DNA.
His director resume.
You have to say creative DNA. That's a new one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I know you're a creative director. But what makes up your creative DNA? What puts you in the story?
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you got to make it complicated for them.
So boom, so they're just talking. Boom, we're in there. I will not lie, that was a great 45 minutes, and then we looked up and we're like, all right, it's 3:30. What are we gonna do now? Walked around Design District. I will say the Kith store is beautiful.
Yeah,
all the hate that I had for Kith went out the window because it's beautiful.
Cop anything?
No. They had some ASICs, which I wish we would get here so I get a discount on them. But like, they had some really.
Kith has two stores, literally 4 or 5 miles away from each other.
Yeah,
because they have another one in Miami. They have another one in the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the other side.
But Design District is like Tyson's. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I get it. And the beach would be like, I don't know.
Georgetown,
exactly, right? So like, those are two separate customers, but I get it. But like, dude, it was just, so they had a Soho pool house, which is basically Soho House's new situation on the Miami side of things. So we go to this 1942 party. see my man's girl. We're at this 1942 party. We're like, all right, cool. Mind you, the 1942 party was tight because they're serving you 1942 in these ice glass shots, if that makes sense.
Like glasses made of ice,
like big, like ice
like
cube
the
in
cup, like the shot glass is made of ice.
Oh wow!
So it's your hands freezing because it's melting as they give
you got to drink it fast.
Go crazy.
Yeah,
it's 1942, so people are going absolutely bananas.
Yeah, they never drank that like that before.
Why 1942? It tastes good.
It's expensive. Everybody, motherfuckers ain't buying that shit for themselves.
Yeah. So I was going to Soul Pool House. I bet 4 people like, Jerome, I got you on the list. I'm like, I bet. Get there. Of course, I'm not on nobody's list. I'm like, man, this is whack. So my man's girl's in there. I'm like, yo, how did you get into? Oh, I'm a Soul House member. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man. So, and then as soon as I'm about to be like, man, we got to roll. I see this dude when I DJ down there earlier this year. He's like, Ron, what you doing? I'm like, man, I'm trying to get in. He's like, you should have just hit me. He tells the girl, he's like, man, let him in, whatever. I'm like, all right, bro. I was like, I'm applying tomorrow. So it was multiple nights of that.
You're like, I'm applying tomorrow.
Yeah.
Jerome came back to the fucking hotel.
Jerome had his shit filled out on the airplane.
I was ready, bro. But it was cool, man. It was a good it was an amazing trip. Met a bunch of people. I talked to Pierre today. I was like, bro, let's just follow up on everybody who we, met down there by the end of today. Let's follow up and then let's just figure it out for next year, because a lot of it was next year.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of next year. I mean, you're not, because you're going to go to SoleDXB again.
Oh yeah, if it's the same time, then I don't know if I would like to go to SoleDXB, but it all depends if Clark goes.
I mean, if he does, I would love for him to go. If not, Miami is dope too. But I will say that, a lot happens within a year, so people do get forgetful and stuff like that. But
yeah, of course.
We had an amazing time, man, and just sort of bonded. We had, we hung out with Spencer a lot, and he got it on Smash. I DJ'd Friday night, this place called Blackbird Ordinary with my man Roddy. He looked out, and I just somehow thought I was going to be there for like 2 hours. I walked out of the club at 5:30 in the morning.
Jesus.
It's just so normal down there.
How long did you play for? Till 5:30?
Yeah, him and I went back and forth the whole night.
Damn.
I got there at 12:30. I was on 12:36. And then we just were literally back and forth. Oh, take 20 minutes, take 15. What was tight about that was there's a bigger room in the back of that space. And there was a party called Afro Beats to the World. 500 Africans in back there just going crazy. I slide back to see who's back there. DJ Moma's on the set. So the place is going just bananas. Roddy's got 200 people in the front.
And those are your peoples.
The people in the everybody was. No, none of my homies came to see me.
No, I'm saying, but the DJs are your peoples.
Oh yeah, because Momo, who does Everyday People, so
right?
So yeah, so I don't think any. Oh no, my man DJ Q came to see me. Shout out to him. But other than that, Pierre and them ended up at Gala with Spencer, and that had Lil Wayne, Tyga, and somebody else was there.
Oh, they were getting it in.
And I was trying to get over to them, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, me and Roddy got this joint on Smash. I'm not leaving the function. I'm not gonna do this. So I ended up leaving Saturday night. Pierre stayed till Sunday. And Spencer's like, yo, I got Gala again, 11 to 5. What's good? I said, bro, I can't do that. I can't do that. It's crazy.
Is Pierre gonna do Soho House membership as well with you?
We haven't talked about it yet. I mean, I'm very very interested, just because of the access that I think I saw that it was giving.
Yeah,
like that Rockies thing. They ran that play through Soho House, and it made too much sense.
Yeah,
it was just genius. And just the access was just unparalleled if that's what you're into. You know what I'm saying? So I think from a business perspective, it makes a lot of sense if you're in those cities that have Soho Houses. And
you are too. You mean you're moving and shaking?
Yeah. I mean, dude, I'm in Boston the first weekend of
New York. You're up there. I'm all the time.
Boston the first weekend of 24. I go to LA the second weekend of 24.
How long before you get approved?
I don't think it's long. Yeah. I go to what's called opening this weekend?
No.
Live in Vegas.
Oh shit!
No, I didn't know that. Oh, I saw some crooked had some shirts printed up.
He did like the employee shirts.
Yeah.
But shout out to our guy Sung. Sung is working at Live.
Oh shit, he's moving to Vegas.
Yeah, he moved from LA to Vegas.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. So
what's he doing there?
I don't know, man. I hit him on Instagram at like 5 a.m, and you just be losing conversation with people. But Bromar actually is the one that told me, and then I saw his next couple stories, and they were all like, he's wearing the Live hat, he's got the polo on, like.
Oh, he's not bartending.
He's affiliated to some degree.
I think even the bartenders would have to wear.
Yeah, I think the bartenders still have to wear all the gear. Yeah, for sure. But that money 2 weeks before Super Bowl opens.
Oh my god!
Yeah, oh my god!
You're right.
Come on, man. So
and just like if it's like everywhere, like the other Live, like if they have people performing every night, it's Vegas. He's gonna kill it either way.
I'm done with going to clubs in Vegas.
Now, what's it called? Just announced a residency in Vegas.
Who?
Super Bowl weekend. Yep. And then after that,
who did?
Wu-Tang
residency?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Super Bowl weekend, and then NCAA championship Final Four weekend.
I'm good with not going to a club in Vegas. I'll be honest. I would rather go to a club in Old Vegas.
So when I go out there on the 17th, that's where I'm playing downtown Vegas.
Downtown Vegas is a cool spot, bro.
Yeah. It's a different vibe for sure.
Yeah, you can find like a nice small little joint that plays hip hop all night, and you don't have to hear like laser beams and like all that. You know what I'm saying? That shit gives me a headache.
I don't really leave the hotel that I'm staying at when I go.
But I'll be honest, I ain't even
gonna hold you, dog.
I've been watching the homies move throughout Vegas the past like month or so on Instagram. Rest in peace, Never, obviously. But
rest in peace, Never.
Vegas is now taking some of that energy that you just described, Abdul, and they're actually bringing it to the casinos. They'll just make it like a smaller room in the casino, or they'll like
and be very like specific, like
like it'll be a lounge. Like there's this place called the Bel Air Lounge that like Jazzy Jeff just did the opening night. 5 did it. Wednesday nights are like vinyl only night.
Oh God, everything's a Dante's Hi-Fi.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, boom. So we definitely hit Dante's Hi-Fi at least twice out there.
Okay.
Still the best bar in the world.
Did you see Professor Medina?
I saw him twice. I did not see his party, but I ran into Alizé the night before his party, so it must have been Friday night. And Zay was just there studying, getting ready for his party. He knew what they were getting ready for.
Yeah.
The first night we went, I want to say, who was on? I forget, but it was just incredible. Like that place is just the best place on earth. You know what I mean? And they've got.
Have you played there?
No. They've got Hibiki 12 on tap, which to me is incredible.
What's that?
Incredible.
It's like Japanese whiskey.
Yeah.
Is that
like
the shit?
12-year-old
Japanese Douce or whatever he calls it.
De Leon.
But it's on tap though. Like it's literally like on tap.
That means they have it in barrels.
It just means they
they just have it on draft. Yeah, they don't have to be a barrel. They can have the machine. Okay. They can have that machine going into the bottle.
Got it.
Yeah. But Dante's the best place ever because the vibe, the crowd, the music, the vibe, like
energy, everything.
It's such a small room.
I haven't been there either.
Oh, you never been there?
No, I've just seen pictures. But when I walked into Honeycomb Hi-Fi, it's like
I was
there.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
So shout out to everybody who made it to their destination safely and soundly across the world.
What did you have on feet all weekend?
Asics, Big Stepper.
Of course, Asics, Big Steppers.
You took only one pair of sneakers?
I had a pair of New Balances.
No Dunks?
Some 1906s, and then I had a pair of like
what's 1906s? Oh, 1906 New Balance.
Yeah. Okay. And then like I brought a random pair of Dunks, but I never ended up wearing them. Just was like I wasn't feeling it down there. So
true.
I literally almost bought some Panda Dunks just to crush them while I was down there because we were doing so much walking. It was like, just have something new and fresh on your feet, feel good, and
they're not very comfortable though. They're very cardboardy, so they're not like the old Dunks.
Yeah, New Dunks are comfortable.
So like,
plus you had Asics and New Balance, so you were straight with that.
The illest part of the weekend was went to this exhibit by this guy named Paulin, Paulin, and he had Chase DJ and he had this other girl host a party. So Chase big time DJ, he gets all these people come out. Dude, there might have been 25 people in there. And he's just playing samples and he's just playing like really dope stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody's sitting in $12,000 chairs. And it was just a cool little vibe as the sun is setting in Miami. Like, it was just a really, 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 really fire experience. Yeah, for sure. So, that was, Art Week was very, very good. I enjoyed myself. I see the strides that I need to make personally and professionally. Because, Miami's going to hold you to task, whether that's not drinking, whether that's drinking, whether that's, putting out more product to be better known down there, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I did not see any podcasting down there, which I thought could have been very tight. Like somebody could have set up a mobile podcast studio or something and would have absolutely crushed it. Whether we
might have to run that.
No, literally, like if you approach Soul House and be like, hey man, we want to, podcast, do interviews, whatever, something like that could work because
they're probably gonna put their name on it.
That's cool.
That's cool.
If you just want to get your name known about it, and you know what I'm saying, do it for a year and keep it pushing. But it's just a need. There's a need to like document it in that space. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't remember. I think I was just tired. But there's this dude named Glenjamin who's been documenting LA nightlife for the past 15 years. But we've known each other for a long time. We actually just met but it was like 6 a.m. and we were at the Red Light Club and it was a lot of drum and bass.
Like
techno,
Red Light District?
No. Like the light was red, it was spinning.
Okay.
But it was
the drum and bass club.
Drum and bass club. I was like, Glenn, he drove, and then he took my picture. And then I remember Pierre being like, bro, we gotta get out of here. I'm tired. And we just stumbled in the house. It was beautiful, man. It's wonderful. So, what's the podcast? Episode 236, aka Centurion Lounge. If you live in the Washington, D.C. area, it's a very strong possibility that by the year 2028, the Washington Capitals and the Washington Wizards will be playing in Virginia.
Yeah.
Damn.
This is dumb.
It's a bad move.
What a bag fumble.
Like, that means that no Washington teams will be playing in Washington.
Except for the Nationals.
That's a fact. And the DC United, I guess.
But I think this is going to crush downtown. It's going to make it very scary to be
I think downtown is already crushed. That's why they're moving.
Well, they're saying it's because of crime and this, that, and the other. I have a feeling this decision is going to be reversed.
I don't think so, man. Have you been to Chinatown lately?
I think it's going to be reversed. And there's legislation that they're going to try to. It makes zero sense to have a team go play in Alexandria or Arlington or whatever the fuck that is. Like.
I mean, it makes the same sense. It makes the same sense as the Redskins playing in Landover,
and that's a bad move too.
No, for sure. But they're still out there.
I mean, the Redskins have been like it's been voted upon that they have the worst stadium in the league.
Yeah.
So they're coming back to DC. They don't know what they want to do with RFK site. They just need to knock it down and rebuild soon.
Yeah.
I believe this will get turned around as well. If not, I would set up a group. Magic Johnson.
Buy him out.
LeBron James.
Jerome, Abdul, and Eddie.
Let's go.
And if they can have 2 teams in New York, if they can have 2 teams in LA.
Oh, yeah. You guys can be the Brooklyn Nets in the suburbs.
Why can't somebody else why can't they have another team that plays downtown DC?
That's true.
They have to change the name. Yeah.
But the Wizards have not.
No, just be a different name.
No. But what I'm saying is the Wizards have not been a winning organization. They haven't brought tons of economic
at all.
Right. So you're not going to miss them. Now, if you say, we got LeBron in town.
The Capitals have, though.
You're going to lose there. You're definitely going to lose there.
And they might actually do better in Virginia, to be honest. The hockey team may.
The Capitals might. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
I don't believe that the suburbs in any major city is going to do better than playing in the city.
But this is a very like commuter. The tri-state area or the DMV is very commuter. People don't mind driving places to go to games and shit. Like people, the Redskins Stadium, FedEx Field is sold out, and it's in the middle of fucking nowhere, and Metro's not even close.
Right, but this is also, but the city itself is what, 11 by 11. It's not a big city, right?
Right.
So there's two hockey teams. There's two hockey teams in New York as well.
They don't play it. Where do they play?
One plays at the Garden.
Yep.
What's the second hockey team?
It's the New York Islanders.
The Islanders and Rangers, right?
Wait, Islanders still a team?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on Staten Island.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So it's like boom. If you got $5 billion,
yeah.
Let them be the.
How many basketball teams does fucking California have, dog?
4. Let them be the Amazon. Let them be the Amazon Warriors. The Amazon Wizards.
No doubt.
Right.
Alexandria Amazonians. Let's go.
That's my thought process.
Now they can actually even keep fucking the Wizards name. Let's just get a whole new name, man.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
That's my solution to the issue. So this is what it is, man. What's a podcast? We just wanted to hit you with a quick recap of the weekend. We're all just sort of keeping it fresh. Obviously, Eddie fresh from robbing a bank.
You know what I'm saying?
Abdul just got off the plane, and I'm over here trying to get it together to go back out of town this weekend.
I'm still jet lagged, I'll be honest.
Yeah. So
when did you get back? Yesterday?
I got back Monday.
Damn. But you still jet lagged.
I'm still jet lagged. I'm tired.
Yeah. So on that note, shout out to my guy, always available, hashtag Streetwear Eddie.
Peace, fellas.
Shout out to my guy, Don't Charge Abdul.
Peace.
We're back with a 2-hour end of the year special.
Yeah, next week is going to be a nice long one. Pause.
Hey yo.
That was another thing that was so hilarious about that weekend. You couldn't say one sentence if you out of pocket.
That's that. Yeah.
Yo, it was hilarious.
He's around too many New Yorkers.
That's all New York all day long.
The pause game was vibrant. Like I paused everybody and their mother.
Super pause.
Shout out to my daughter, man.
The mosque.
My daughter has a Jamaican. She says his kid in her class is Jamaican, a Jamaican gangster.
What?
And so anytime the teacher yells out something, anytime the teacher says anything that's like halfway crazy, the kid just yells out "Bumba Clot," and the whole class dies laughing. So shout out to Bella, man. It's incredible. What's the podcast, man? We'll catch y'all next week. Peace.